little sooner, à l'avance in French, but I will wait until people order, so I will work on different ring that I have to make, different special order. It's a ring that I have to make for a girl, something like that. Hey! Salut mon bola. How do you do? Yesterday I had a very productive day. I've worked a lot. Marie-Pierre was staying at the shack in the wood, so I was alone. I've worked a very much hour in the day. Fine. Very fine. And also I have like 2 parties today. One tonight for a friend who is called Vincent too. I have a lot of friends called Vincent. I don't know why. Marie-Pierre, my wife, she always said that the people who are named Vincent are always kind. Vincent people are gentle. And also here, the weather is very cool. Yesterday, very great weather, but I didn't go outside a lot. But I've seen it. The snow is going down. I think in 1 month, there is still no snow in the backyard. Very huge ring that I have to make. Your turn. It's like nothing happened. I think I'm like a little bit of Wolverine. There will be this inside that, but it won't be so high. The stone is not so thick, if you see. The depth is very low, very good for that. She don't want a ring where the stone is very high. It still hurt a little bit when I force with it. And for today I've prepared a lot of things. We'll go by picture, so I will not doing it from A to Z. But I want to try a mix with picture and little stuff, so it will make something with less effort for me, but something I think it can be good for explaining something that I've already done. And also I listened horror movie alone yesterday. Not in the night, but in the at like 8 p.m. Not a good movie. Terrifier 2. That was one of two pass. Very juicy, but the story is a little bit boring. The actor boring too. Not so good actor. And the camera was awful. Oh. Yeah, but you see, the thing interesting, and I've changed the camera. You know, when I work on the block here, on the dapping block here, it's very hard for me to have a strength to force on them, or even see something for you, like the camera with the angle here. I cannot do it over here. But I've changed the camera place at the polishing part, and I think it will be interesting to see me forcing with truly. Oh no, I don't want. No, I have to bend you like that and bloqué. Yeah, ciao bye. It must be so boring life to doing this all day, to spam people on internet, different platform. Because I don't think it's a bot. I don't think it's a computer. I think it's really someone and going everywhere and paste the same message everywhere. Oh yeah, it will be great. But next week, I find that spas are not so often present during your life. No, it's okay, because I block them. I don't have too much people during the live. If I had like 200 people, I think the spam will be more often. Friggin'. So, I will see something. Hi everybody. It's the time to begin. I will begin slowly. I will show how to do this ring today, and I'm trying something. With a mix with a picture and explanation. So I won't do all the ring in the live, but a lot of steps I will explain everything, and with some step that I will be able to show with you, and you'll tell me if it's okay. And if nobody understand the way to do the ring, I will be able to do another one next time. But I want to try that because I have a lot of old pieces that I can explain like that. So I will try. So this is the one that we will make. And first of all, for doing that, I love it very, and I want to this one when I am doing another one, I want to put a spinel on it inside. I think the spinel will be very great, you know, like this one. This little purple spinel. I really love spinel. Hey, hybrid, very fine. So the first thing and to do is to start with something wide like that, and I don't do them anymore. It's possible to do it with by casting a ingot, but it takes a lot of time, so I'm buying already done like that. So these, I really love them. It's just a second, I will find. They made (15mm) by 1.5mm. It's very a good gauge, I think. It's very fun for the wideness of the thing, and also for the depth. 1.5 is very solid. I know that a lot of time we find this kind of wire, but with just 1mm, and I think it's a little bit short to do a lot of things. 1mm, it will bend in time if something happens. So 1.5, I think it's the best. But for those kind of ring, I think 1.25 will be good too. So between 1.25 and 1.5 for the thickness, it's good. Over that, it's too much. Like if you're trying to do it with 2mm, it will be very, very big. It's not impossible to do, but it's a little bit too bit, I think. Not necessary. So I buy them at very good length. When you buy at where I buy in Quebec, so it's Oro Plata. Maybe if you're in Canada, Oro Plata, like that. They're doing good price if you take more. So I take like 1 meter, 3 feet at a time, and very useful also to make bangle too. So when you add this part, I think it's something that you should know. You will bend the thing with this kind of plier, semi-round plier, and you will have something like this. Very round. It don't take. It's with for 1.5mm. It's not so hard to do. After that, you have to make a soldering, and just a second. You really should take hard soldering for that. Don't take medium or even easy. Don't take easy soldering for that. It's very good to have very solid soldering. So the hard one. And after, with all the heat that the piece will take, the annealing and other stuff, you have to take very hard soldering. When it's done, you have to make it round. And when you're doing that, the best is a hammer like that with skin, and you can very be not gentle with it. You have to don't hesitate to hammer it. With this kind of hammer, you can use all the force you want. You won't scratch the ring. and it's really efficient. So you really want to make it very round, and you can see inside the ring when it's round, when almost everywhere there is this kind of shiny mark. It's like very round. After that, important thing is to be very flat. But the first plate is so regular that's most of the time it's very regular too, on the ring, on the bend. After that, all the process, you won't have to take off the fire scale. It's very at the end that the fire scale must be taken off, because there will be a lot of heating and annealing during all the process. So where next thing to do is to mark the ring where the part will be bent. This is what we'll do. So to being very regular, I will say regular a lot of time. I should learn other stuff, other word, other synonym than regular. And it's very important to have a very good compass. You know, there is some compass when you move like that, they move. They are not really fixed. It's very important to have something very tightened, that you have the impression that nothing moves when you work with it, and it makes that the line you make is very regular. There. Something that you can do, you can take off a little bit of the soldering here. I should have done this before. If you have questions, don't hesitate to put it there. First thing that I will do, I will pass the blade, the saw, on the line that I've made, about 0.8 millimeter. And for doing that, I'm always starting on the soldering to know where I am on the circle. It's important that the action is regular all over the ring. What I do, I find a spot on my bench where the ring is very stable, and I begin to saw by sawing, and I turn a little bit the ring during this, and with something like regularity. And I really always look to the blade, and I'm stay on the line. The trick to be really regular. Can you put some other word than regular here that I can learn? So to be really regular, I move very slowly. Don't go too fast. Take your time. Let the blade, the saw, eating the metal. What I have to do instead of going deeper at the first time, I like to make 2 times the circle. Consistent. Oh yeah, consistent. Yeah, thanks. Consistent. I will talk in French. Consistent can mean other thing. Consistent can mean that you go regularly at the toilet. Yeah, if when you are consistent, always the same day, the same hour. Like I'm really consistent. The quality of the steel and its tension is important. Oh yeah, sure. Those are the good one. Those one are antelope, and they are really good. Hi Vincent, how wide are you caliper set, please? What is caliper? This is the caliper, I think. Yeah. So for this, it can change a little bit, and it's not something like science or. So you see, for this one, what I think is good, but it can change a little bit. For this is 3mm, and I prefer to have a little more than less, because on the further steps, when you will bend this part, if you have very small metal to work with, it will be very difficult. And so I don't even in silver, it's not it's kind of cheap metal, so I can afford to lose like 1 gram. Doesn't matter if it's so easy to work with it. 3mm, yeah. And 3mm, but this part will be lost, and you will see. I think 3mm is good, but 2.9, 3.1 will be good too. With the blade, what I do too at the end, to have something very consistent, it's to go backward. I let gently the saw caressing the end, and it will make something very consistent and very bright. For this, the brightness is not so important because it will be fold and we will see nothing. But on a very other design, like if you do a ring like that, you know. It's something that I do sometimes of model. This part, if you going backward with the blade, this part will be very shiny and very bright. So it's a good trick to have something smooth on the fond du trait. Mambola, comment on pourrait dire le fond du trait en anglais? I will do the other part. First round, I'm going to another turn. Linearly will be good synonym too. Okay, thanks. The background of the line in engraving, yeah, sound great. So for having a background of the line in engraving, the bottom of the line, very smooth, go backward. Like if you're playing string, go back gently. You will have a good bottom. But bottom can mean like the face, the ass. No, bottom. I'm not so sure. Other part, really good. You have to do something like that, like an angle on it to bend this part. What can be used? It's file, square file, but I'm not someone very patient in life. I like to use big Bure. Yeah, I love to use Bure, and especially when it saves me time, because I have so much to do, to achieve. Then when I find a technique, a way to reduce the time that some file will take, I will try it and love it and learn how to do. So normally this kind of Bure are made for the setting, for the stones. But if you see the angle, it's kind of a 90 degree, so it will be very great. Especially a big one like that is the 5mm Bure. Are you doing something like the ring with the special little sphere in it? No, not this time, not this one. I will do the other one that I've made after with wire. And I will show you. I will do a little part here, and after I will go under the binocular to show. And having make this mark with the blade, it will help a lot. Oh, merci Shannon, Chrisan. Maybe you can try to start without making a line with the saw, but it will be very hard to be regular and follow the line. With that, it's very easier. You just have to follow the line. You will come. So I will put the binocular and I will continue. Just a second. So the look will be very better for you there. side like that. You can see the bottom of the line there, very shiny. What I explained lately, before. But if you're a little bit afraid of this, it's possible to do it just with a square file. Always take the step, the technique that you feel more comfortable. It's not obligated that all people have the same way to doing something. The important part is the end, and the way to achieve it can change. Thanks, Mambala. And for me, I really love this. Oh, where I put that? I really love Bureau, but I know some people are a little bit afraid of those. But like anything, doing it a lot of time, you will practicing the thing. I will just finish the regularity of it here. You may ask, what's the depth of this step? So if you have like 1.5 millimeter, yeah, 1.5 millimeter, going about the half of the deepness will be good, of the depth. So that's good. Going less deeper you will have difficulty to bend the metal, and it won't work a lot. And if you're going too deep, there will be another problem. You will risk that this part will tear apart. So the half, 50% of that is good. I will pass gently a file there to regularize the surface, especially the border. So it's not so important to going in the middle of the ring. The next step is very important too, you will see. I will also pass gently an emery paper, especially to have a surface very smooth on the side. So this is really good for the next step. The next step will be the bending. So this part must, you see, like that, like this one. This one will make that. So it's very easy to understand that this part here will bend over each other. What is really important to do before bending, it's to anneal this ring, this one, and I will call it like supra annealing. So I will anneal by hitting the piece, but I will cool it down in alcohol. This is alcohol is like fondue. I will bring something. With that, fondue fuel, best thing you must have to make this kind of step. Yeah, annealing is overcuit. Yes, you're right. So you can have a little bottle like that. I will make it and I will explain why this is so good to make it. So yeah, I understand. I have always doubt on a lot of words in English. So I will anneal the ring. Until it becomes red, but not too hot. I don't want that the soldering melt again. And I will take the ring, this little color, pinky orange color, salmon color is normal. It means that you've made it the good thing. Now maybe you are inquiring why it's important to anneal, to cool down an annealing piece in alcohol. I had a discussion with a guy. I know this word a long time ago, and I always asking to my father or grandfather why we're making this. It's not important. You just have to make it. Okay, it's work. Okay, but I'd like to know why. And I was asking a lot of people why this is good, and nobody in the domain are explaining that to me. And one day I was in Paris, we're working there, and there is a party that night, and I talked with a guy. He specialized by construction, tunnel, and very big stuff in steel. And we're talking about problem in our work. And I was telling that, I'd like to know why it's work. And he said, oh, I can help you. I know why. We do the opposite. And when we make a big structure in steel, we put the big structure in place to cool down when we've eat it, but with oxygen and azote. And the azote and the oxygen will enter in the metal and make it very, very hard. This kind of gas changing the structure of the steel. what you do is the opposite, because the molecule in the alcohol are so big, there is no oxygen and not an atom of azote in it. So when you're doing it, there's nothing of this gas will came into the metal to strengthen up the metal. When you cool down in the normal oxygen or normal atmosphere, there was a little bit of oxygen and azote, and they came a little bit inside. By cooling down in it in alcohol, you are very secure. You're avoiding the contact with this gas molecule. So this is the explanation. So when you're doing it, when you're doing that on a piece, it's easier to work with it after. So when you have a piece that asks a lot of transformation, you can do that, and it's very good. After, you don't have to wait. I love that, because the metal is easier to work with it, and it don't take a lot of time to cool down. I love that. There's a little story. Before to bend, I will just pass a little wire on the surface there to being very clean. Like that. What we'll use to bend this part is the dapping punch. Dapping punch, I think it's the real name for that. And it's very important to have this kind of tool, I think. And it's not that expensive. I think it's you can find it a lot of supplier, but I think the best place I've seen it is Gasvine in USA. Gasvine are really good for big stuff like the block or big metal pieces. I love them, but depending on when you are on the planet, just dapping punch and you will find a lot of supplier near to you. First step important is not to take the really big one to for the beginning. It's better to start with a smaller one, a little bit more than the circumference of the ring, but this one will be really efficient at first. After I've using that one, I will use this one. And just a second. I don't have it. It's important that this part is not entering the whole ring, because it won't affect nothing. I will do this work on the third camera. It's a little bit far away, so I cannot move the microphone. So you won't earn a thing, maybe a little bit sound of the hammering, but I will do not the whole part, but I will come back if you have questions. So I will start there. And I will put the camera a little bit lower. try to shout out loud. Maybe you will hear. Nabala, you can tell if you heard something from me. And button that is flat. There are wires everywhere. So you have seen they have begun to bend. Mambala, did we hear what I was saying? What I was trying to shout? So it's important when you're hammering it to turn the piece sometime. Because if you are not well aligned, you will work more on the spot and not the other part. So by turning it, you will regularize the effect of the bending. So now I'm done with that. I will do with a bigger one, and it's the top that will be marked. I'll try not to make all the things fall apart. And now it will be the part very interesting that I love the most, the hammering part. The angle is very good, but go further, I will bend. I will hammer the part here. So with the bigger hammer, I will hammer all the round. Great first for me to see that aspect of your workshop with the running mill and microwave. Yeah, microwave are good. You see what I'm doing? I'm hammering the end of the bended part, and I'm doing it gently. No, the amber part doesn't broke. So for doing this, don't take a hammer too flat. Take something with a little bombé, something bombed, something with a gentle curve, and it's maybe it can't look difficult, but I think the first time I've tried, I've successfully made it without so much complexity. So I will do this all over the surface and also the other side. With the big Bertha, is it possible? Oh, yeah. I think at the end, maybe it. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I will try the next time. I think it will be possible. You will have to force a lot, but I think it's something interesting to try. And it's why I said that it's important to have a little bit more material to work with it. If you have like just something very small at this part, if you have something like 1 millimeter, it will be very hard to fold this. With something a little bit larger, 3 millimeter, it's very it gives you simplicity to make that, and there is no problem after you can take off this. And what I use is another big Bertha. It's a running gag that we have when I use a very big tool. We call it big Bertha. So you see, with that, so I will use a tool like that, and after also bigger file, also at the end to regularize, to constant, to make something constant, and at the end you will have something like that, flat, regular. And what I've done too on this one, I've passed on the bottom here on the surface a little file to take off the fire scale, because the next thing will I will have to make a kind of soldering, and sorry, trying to make soldering on a surface with a fire scale, it's no good. Fire scale don't like to be soldered. I think that the oxidization of the surface of the silver don't help a lot for a good soldering. So when you want to make a good soldering on the part where you want to make the solder, you have to take off the fire scale in every design. Here it's important, but any design you do, you want to make a soldering on a part, take off the fire scale. I will show you what I do next for that. I'll see in the image where we are. So I've seen this one, yeah. Oh, on this one, we see very good. This kind of hammer, a construction hammer, is very good. I love it. It's the same that I used to make a renovation on my apartment, and it's very good. Like, I have it since 25 years. It's still very good. Yep, it's not what I want to do. I just want to change the image. Oh yeah. We see here what I've done at the end with the c'est quoi le nom de ça, Mamola en anglais? With the files? No, I think it's files too, the name of that. In French we call it a filière, where you can make a wire. So this helped to the whole thing to be regular on the edge. After that, you can see here. You can see that I've used the file, large file, to do something very straight, regular. After that, oh yeah, this is the part that we will do. This is the part that I will make here. The first thing to do is to make a soldering with a wire, and it's something that also I can made, but I buy it already done. I have a very good supplier on stuff like that, on metal, and the first thing to do, it will be make a soldering here, but also they will have other soldering everywhere, so I think it's a good idea to do that. I will show you. The thing that I do is that I put soldering everywhere, all over the surface, so it will help a lot after. So I will put flux on the surface, inside the ring, all around. And first thing that I will do, I will heat it up. Yes, silver 924.5 sterling silver. What I will do next is where I've put that. I think there's a lot of way of doing it. You can hey, thanks apricot. Oh no, yeah. I just forgot something. It's to put soldering everywhere. It's what I've said. For the soldering everywhere, I will put not hard one, but medium one, where it is. I will cut some part of soldering. Like 5 or 4. There. And I will try to make a soldering on the surface all over the ring. Inside. Don't put the soldering on the top of the border. No good. Just inside between. Like that. For the other, I will try to do on the. It's not a Zippo. It's very cheap. I buy it $2, but I find it really good. But there is a little mushroom on it. And me and my wife, we really love mushroom, and the summer is coming, and we really enjoy going to look for mushroom in the forest. Like it will begin in 2 months maybe. I'll do some focus. I think the fact that having soldering all over the internal surface will be very good when you will have put wire everywhere. It will stuck all the wire everywhere. Don't take the time that the piece cool down. Oh, whoa. I will take the silver wire. For the silver wire, I will tell you what I use for the diameter, but I don't think it's like 0.5. but if you can use 0.7 or even 1 millimeter, it will change a little bit the look, but it won't be bad if you use something bigger. What is the diameter of the wire you are going to wrap? .5, yeah, but it can be a little bit bigger to. Don't take 1.5. Until 1 millimeter, I think it can be very interesting. Yep. Voyons, voiture. So you have to wait a little bit because you will have to take it on the end and yeah. I will have a little bit of water nearby me. You can take off the little accident if you have. So we have the wire soldered on the bottom, and it's no important that it's in the center, on the left, on the right. Just important that is really soldered. After you will turn around. What's the specific name of this? In French we say enroulé. The wire. Enrouler le fil, but I don't know what's the specific word for this in English. Wrap up? Wrap up, yeah, wrapping, yeah. Good. It came back. What you can do, what I'm doing to do now is make something a little bit irregular, and for that you have to pass the wire under another, like that. To having something a little bit less too regular. Wind up the wire, wind up. I don't know. is it gonna be hard to polish the bottom? It will be very hard to polish the bottom, and we will don't do it because we didn't see it at the end. At the end, all the bottom will be covered by the wire, so it's not important to polish it. Yeah, kangaroo, hello, an English stream. What I will do too, the string here, they are a little bit of resistance. If I take off the tension, the wire can expand. What I will do, I will block some part. Like here. I will do kind of a knot. And that it will ensure the wire to be very stabilized. And I will turn again elsewhere. Are you welcome? No, it's not visible. The bottom of this part is not visible. And I'm looking to have wire everywhere. It can broke, but it's not that problematic. I think from here it's very personal, and I think any piece you will make will be different. It's like impossible to have all the same wrapping, so you can explore and make it a little bit on your own way. Like it's just the second time that I'm doing it. And also here, it's not important to have part getting outside, because everything will become smoother after, you will see. Oh, tu vas refaire la bague organique fondue. Yes, Noreen, it's what I am doing. But without the stone, I don't have a lot of time today, so I've talked a lot with a lot of picture. And I'm explaining the principle of the bending. It's already done, but you can look back, and also the fondue, the melting, the simile melting of everything. Yeah, I think you can make a little bit more wire, a little less. That's it will change the look, but the spirit is there. What I'm doing now, I will start here, but I will finish under the binocular. The thing important is to put flux everywhere. I wondered about the setting. Did you melt and then added the setting? I've melted everything. After it's done, I've dig a little bit part round to make it a soldering of the setting. Very simple. When everything is melted, it's very easy to dig everywhere you want to. What is important here is to eat slowly. Don't go fast here. You don't want to overheat the piece or something, melt too much. You just want to melt a little bit. I will start here from the one side, and I will do the other part under the binocular. Very fun to do. And I think it's also a good practicing to the controlling of the temperature. First thing, I will kind of annealing everything gently. What is helping a lot, and it's kind of reticulation, but just on the wire. The wire here are really smaller than the whole thing. So when you heat up all the piece, the wire take a little easily the heat. So the wire will melt before the base, the silver base. And you will see it on the binocular. You can see that the first thing to melt is the wire, and when they are beginning to melt, you have to stop. You can control a little bit more, a little bit less, but you don't have to eat too much, then the base is melting. Ouch. Oh, sicher. Did you see? Did you see the wire beginning to melt with the back, with the bottom, and sometime two wire will melt together. Sometime if it's alone, sometime the wire will melt and make a little bubble, but it doesn't matter. It's what you want, something a little bit poetic. And after, if you have done this, I think I've seen that there is a little bit lack of wire. So I will do another part. So I will wait until it cool down. I will make another soldering with the wire left, and I will wrap it up a second time and make the same thing over the whole ring, that everything will melt together. I will see if for the picture. Yeah, you can see it. And what I was doing, and I tried to do that every knock that I've made to stabilize the wire, I put a little bit more heat on this part to make like a bubble. Not a bubble, what's the name? I'm sure there is a better word than bubble for explaining that. But I think you see this little part and knock, if you eat this part, it will make around a sphere, and that will glue and stuck, and you do ball. Yeah, ball. I think ball is kind for playing. No, more a round sphere. I love that. It's like round sphere. A sphere can be other than round. I don't think it's I think it's the same thing. And it doesn't matter too if a square sphere, when you will have a wire here, and just a second, a wire here, and if you eat a little bit up, the sphere will go bigger like that, and keep it that way. You will have to try. I think the best thing it's in life, but in jewelry too, it's to experiment, and by experimenting the thing you will learn a lot. So I think you have seen the principle of the thing, but the best thing you will do is to try, and by trying you will feel what it looks like. And after that, after being sure that all the wire are well melted, as you wish, as you want, the thing is to take off the fire scale everywhere on the surface of the base. So no, I don't touch anything on the inside. So you have here the ring with all the wire. I only touch the surface here on the square on the side, both sides, and also inside the ring. But it's very easy. There is a little curve too in this ring, so it's so easy to do. So I use a semi-spheric file, and after that, it's very easy. It's the easy part, and you know, when you're doing that, you know that it will be very done in. It will be finished soon, and when you pass the emery paper everywhere inside on the inside the ring, on the side of the band, on the top of the square, and at 800 emery pepper. You see, but here there is a bezel in it, but it's not. For the first one, you should try, I think, without the bezel. So try the ring without any stone, and for the second one, you will be it will be a good trick to put a bezel in it. After you have the polishing, like any piece that I made, what I can say is you really should use lustre bar when you have passed very well the emery pepper 800, when there is no scratches of the 400 or a file. You can polish with lustre bar and felt buffed wheel. No, it's just that I love this. I love it, really, really love it. They don't know me. I really love that. It goes so well. I always don't understand why in school they don't use that with the for the teaching, but avec les élèves, with the student. It's the better compound ever. And with felt buff wheel, I have a lot. I have a lot. Also, I have this big one for the outside job. There, you don't need rouge. So if the emery pepper is very well passed, it's very easy to make the polishing with this compound. Like the interior of the ring is made. It's very easy. And after that there is a lot of thing. After that is the result, and you can see instead of the setting, you can see the wire melted, and like I've said before, it will be impossible, I think, to make 2 times this exactly same ring. And I think it's what's interesting, the little chaotic aspect of the whole thing. So you will have to try. And in this, it's easy to add some wire if you are doing it, and maybe there's a lack of wire add some more. It's very simple. You make a little soldering for the start and you wrap it up. I don't know where you are, RG King, but in America it's very cheap. Some place in the world it's very more expensive. Like I used to buy it at $5, but like in France it's like $25 Canadian bucks. It's not so easy to find, but here you can find it. It gets fine. It's the best one. I buy a whole box to be sure to have it a long time ahead of me. Like maybe if the company make a bankruptcy or a war happen, I don't know. But I have buy 50 of those. Some people said, it's strange, but it's not so much money. But I'm in peace now. The rest, I want to have it in my grave with me if some accident happened. A lot quicker than the bail you did last. Yeah, very faster. On the photo, you oxidize the wire on the back with sulfur. No, I didn't do anything, Mumble. I will look back. No, it just normal oxidizing. I didn't put oxidizer like I've done with the ball ring. But this one, no, I just don't touch the anything. I just polish the surface. Yeah. At the finishing, when you have polish here on the top, I've just passed very gently a little pass of polishing. I didn't force anything and just have the little surface, just a little bit brilliancy. So you know now how to do it. I think the best thing to do after learn how to do something is to doing it. So don't hesitate to try it at your home or your work, and show the result too. I will find it interesting, and maybe also you can add something from you. I think it's possible to. I just think about that yesterday, but it will be possible to add a little ball of gold inside. I think it will be maybe interesting, or another color, or two wire, a wire in gold and a silver wire. So you will won't have a lot of money to put it on it if you add gold, like just a little wire like that in gold. There's a lot of possibility in this kind of design. So I hope you've enjoyed the thing. And thank you for sharing such a great tutorial. I'm looking forward to trying this out. Yeah, put the picture on the group. We are twisted wire might be nice too. Yeah, but the problem, Chris, with the twisted wire, when you melt this wire, the twisting will disappear a little bit by melting. But I think it's important to try. A lot of time when I think about it, even if I have interrogation, what it will do, I will do it and I will see. Sometimes it's so not interesting. Sometimes yes. Sometimes I'm surprised. Sometimes I'm a little bit discouraged. But it's important to try, and every try you do, you learn something. So there is no real failing anytime. There is no failing, but because even if you make a mistake, you learn something. So I think trying something it's very good. You're welcome, RG. Thank you for this new, very nice and interesting live. I wish you good. Thank you, Mambala, you too. I will try. I will go to make a lot of dishes for tonight. Yeah, and bread too. I have a bread to turn, and I am doing baguette ce soir. So, have a good weekend, everybody. And I don't know what will be the next English session, but I will try something not so hard too. Have a good day. Goodbye.